welcome back to another video. My name is Chanina if you're new here. Hey, so I'm working on eBay today, you guys. I have got to focus on eBay. I don't have anything else planned today. Today is Friday. So I'm going to be working on eBay, trying to get some stuff listed, refresh my store, revise some prices, that sort of thing. So I've literally moved everything to the side on my desk so that I'm not tempted to work on my virtual call center business or any other things that I have going on. So if you're new here, I am an online reseller. I use the eBay platform. I never really wanted to get into the Amazon platform. It just seems like there's a whole lot of going on over there. And at the time that I started reselling, it was just more feasible to use eBay versus Amazon. I did get into I did get into eBay simply because I needed a stream of income. I started way back when Olivia was in preschool at the time. She's now about to be 12 years old. So I've been doing this side hustle for a while. I didn't start with any money, so if you're looking for a side hustle, something that you can do that isn't going to cost an investment right off the bat, I would go with eBay. I started with items that were just around my house. I had neighbors at that time that was giving me stuff. I had family that had stuff that they were trying to get rid of. So I would just take it and flip it for a profit so that it wouldn't pile up in my house. And that's pretty much what started this whole thing, and what motivated me to keep going, because at the end of the day, it does bring some sort of profit. Now, do I have seasons where it's dry and I'm not really selling anything? Girl, all the time. But are there times that I sell stuff? Yes. Now, do I have a niche store? No. When I first got into selling on eBay, I did run how I got hip to being able to sell on eBay, rather, is from the reseller community here on YouTube. So back then, back in the day, when I was getting into couponing and, just trying to get my household together as far as, our finances and stuff like that, I was not only trying to bring in some money, but I was also trying to shave off some money on things that we were regularly purchasing as well. So when I learned that you could actually jump onto the platform and become a reseller, that's when I took more interest into learning how that was possible, right? So I started following a few resellers that are still making content here to this day about their journey with YouTube and things that they sell. And what I do want to say is I do not have a niche. There are a lot of resellers that have a niche per se. So like, for example, they might sell just antiques. They might sell vintage items. They might just sell clothes. They might just sell shoes. They might just do beauty, skincare. There's a whole array of things that you can sell online. Now for me, because I had a mixture of everything, that's exactly what I sold. And that's pretty much that part of the formula that I've been continuing with. I never really was interested in getting into like a niche because I tend to get bored. Like, I like to have variety, so I don't want to just be focused on just one thing that I'm trying to list and source for. To me, having a wide variety of things that you sell opens up the possibilities even more for actually getting stuff to list, which is eventually what ended up happening. When I started on the platform, I had people giving me stuff that they didn't want, but then as time went on, I did start to literally spend money and start to buy things that I can repurchase online. So the things that I would buy would be priced at a very, very low price, which allowed me room to actually make a profit. So I've sold all kinds of stuff online, you guys, from food to clothes, shoes, all types of stuff. So I just roll with it. There were times where I wanted to give up. I was a little bit discouraged because in my mind, when I start working on a project or when I get into something, I just want it to work. I'm like, I started getting into my own head. So in the beginning, yeah, it was kind of steady, but then during the slow months is when I was having that thought of like, man, should I just give this up, or it's not working anymore? You guys have heard me come on here and complain about not selling stuff, right? But at the end of the day, like I said, it's another stream of income. So I encourage you guys to go out there and look for things that you can do that'll draw some income, because what I don't encourage you to do is to have all your eggs in one basket. Then you've got that one stream of income coming in. Well, what if something happened with that income? You know, then you don't have anything else coming in. So I learned that lesson when I was one of those people. I had all my eggs into one basket when I was going from hair salon to hair salon working. But then every time the shop closed, I was left without an income. So that's where eBay came about. And then, of course, throughout the years, I've ventured and done some other things too. So that's basically what this video is going to be about, you guys. I'm just going to be working on eBay today. You guys are more than welcome to join me if you have a store that needs to be refreshed, needs some work on it. You guys join me. If you're not an eBay reseller or any platform reseller for that matter, and you just want to kind of see how the reality of it is, because it is kind of boring, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, listing stuff is kind of boring, okay? Because it takes a while. But I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's another side hustle. So what I'm doing with my store, so let's just jump right into the meat of the meal. What I'm doing to my store right now is revamping, refreshing everything, okay? I've done this several times trying to see what works, and but it's mostly been with like pricing and photo taking. You guys know, if you followed me for a while, you guys know that every now and then I get into my thing where I'm retaking photos and adjusting prices, trying to figure out if I'm going to do free shipping, calculated shipping, that whole rigmarole. And guys, I mean, I just go with the flow of eBay. It's not going to be a steady situation the whole way through. You're going to have your good days, your bad days. Things are going to change within the eBay platform as far as policies and how they do things with payments and stuff like that. And you just, you know, you just go with the flow of it. So anyway, what I'm doing is I've already done, last night I went ahead and knocked out the banner, my store banner and my store thumbnail. So I completely redid it, and so I've got that up. And then all day so far, it's about 2 o'clock. So since literally this morning, about 7 something, as soon as I got out the bed and washed my face and brushed my teeth, I just started listing stuff on eBay, got a few things listed, did my shower and all that, and then got back to it. So put some clothes on and got back to it. So anyways, what I'm doing is I have a lot of different one item things, right? And so I'm basically taking all like items and then grouping it in together and then making a listing with that. So like, for example, I've got all this makeup that I've hauled over time of going to the Dollar Tree. And this is stuff that you normally wouldn't find in the Dollar Tree. So like the brand Hard Candy, Eco Tools, Wet and Wild, you know, those types of items. I even got in here, a setting spray in here. So there's about 30 pieces of makeup in this box. So instead of having each thing individually listed, because that's how I had it at first, I had the eyeliners as one listing, but a multiple or quantity of however many I had. So that's how I was doing that. Y'all, it's too much, okay? So I just put them all together. And then I had some children's clothing hangers that I managed to gather up when cleaning out my closets, trying to do decluttering. And I've got all these hangers that Olivia's clothes no longer fits on. She wears a bigger size now, so her shirts, you know, they be kind of like like this on her hanger instead of like spread it out. These hangers are more so for like infant clothing, toddler, or small school age, you know, kids that are just going into like the first, second, maybe even the third grade, something like that, because that's how long she's had them. But again, you know, as she's gotten a little bit older, her clothes, she wears women's clothing now, so, you know, these are not, they wouldn't suffice for her size. But anyways, I've found 30 of them, exact number 30. Found this bag that had a sheet and pillowcase in it that, well, it was actually empty, but that's what was in it. And I managed to get them all in here so that it could fit into one of these types of the priority mailer regional rate B box, because it's the only one that I have that this can just slide into. I need to go to the post office to get some more shipping boxes, the free ones, and then I need to jump on the USPS website to get some more of the flat rate bubble mailers and some more of these shoe boxes, because it's going to be hard to find those unless you just go to a really nice post office. They might have those size boxes, but like the regional boxes and all that, I had to order those offline. I mean online on the post office website. So I've got all of those listed. This is the other thing that I've gotten listed too, was this little Christmas set. So these go well together, so I put them together to make it a lot. The only thing that's wrong with this, I don't even know if this has been used or not. It doesn't appear to have been used, but the boxes, of course, you could tell whoever owned this before, they've had it for a while. It was $25, but I picked it up from the thrift store a few years ago for I think like $2, and with the intentions of keeping it for myself. But in a previous decluttering video, this was one of the things that I decided to get rid of. The only thing that's missing is the little plastic covering right here. And the pie, neither utensil looks like they've been used per se. Of course, you could tell they've been wiped off and stuff, but they don't look like they've been like actually used. You know what I mean? Because they don't have any like food debris or nothing like that. And then this, I've had 2 of these. One of them sold sometime last year, and so I've got this one. The original price for this is $18.99. This was another Dollar Tree item that I picked up. And so with these, it's kind of hard to price them because, I don't know, guys. But anyway, I'm just trying to get this stuff moved, okay? So I've got those. So those are listed. And then I've got some jewelry listed. Okay, so I did a mixed lot on all of the pieces of jewelry that I wanted to get rid of. And this is just costume jewelry. So this is all the pieces. So there's like a whole watch and bracelet set in there. There's 2 paparazzi earring pairs in there. 2 bracelets, a whole paparazzi necklace, and a 3-piece earring set. So those are listed. And then there's a whole watch in here, okay? So these, I think I'm going to mail these out. These you can find at the post office. So I need to definitely get some more of these too. And these are just the, your envelope, you know, priority mailing. So that's going to go in these. So what I've been doing is, instead of guesstimating the weight, okay, what I do is I actually put the item in whatever it is I'm going to mail it out in, and then I weigh it that way. That was a rookie mistake that I made in the very beginning. In the very beginning of my eBay journey, I was not weighing anything. I was guessing, and I ran into an issue with that on 2 occasions where my shipping was off or the weight was off once I actually got to the post office, right? So I immediately fixed that problem by purchasing a scale. So this is the scale that I use. It is Accutech. It's a little bit dirty, but whatever. Accutech maximum weight that it holds is 50 pounds. which I've never mailed nothing that heavy. That's just too heavy. I can imagine what the shipping is on something that weighs 50 pounds, right? Anyways, but yeah, so I do have a pink one like this inside my Amazon storefront. I think I paid like about $25-ish for this. But y'all, it comes with battery. Well, it's battery operated, so you can use it with batteries. I've always, from day one, has used batteries. Rarely, I don't think I've ever had to change the battery out, to be honest. I think these are the original batteries. And I've had this for years. What's up?
Your food in the microwave then.
Okay, thank you. And I've had this throughout the whole time. Again, you can do the math on that. Olivia was in pre-K when I started selling on eBay, and now she's going to the 6th grade. So it's been a minute. But yeah, I have these scales available on my Amazon storefront. So, so outside of not weighing anything, the other thing that I was doing too, when I did get my scale, another rookie mistake, I would weigh things that hadn't been placed in their package yet. You know, so I would take literally, like, let's say if I was going to mail this book out, I would sit this book on the scale, and then I would list it with whatever the scale said. But what was happening was, by the time I got it into its packaging, you know, a couple more ounces will be added on. So sometimes that can shift how you have to mail out your item. So for example, let's say I had an item that weighed like 14 ounces, right? Before I put it in its box. But then I put it in its box and it's now a pound and 3 ounces. Well, now it goes from flat, dang, what's it called? Is it flat rate? Gosh, I'm getting my words. Girl, hold on. Because now my words are getting, my jaw's getting tired. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm just going to pull it up. The word that I'm looking for is, because there's priority, and then you have your standard shipping. Girl, where's the thing at? First class. Godly. First class shipping. So anything under a pound can go out first class. But because I was just getting into it, you know, I wasn't very knowledgeable about it. And I still don't feel like I am fully. But anyway, so yeah, if I took an item that weighed like 12 ounces, that can go out first class. But once it go over 16 ounces, it's now a pound, right? So now I got to mail it out priority. So I learned that, I corrected that mistake really fast too. I just started weighing whatever I'm going to mail the item in. I just weigh it like that. Okay. And then I still give myself a couple of an ounce or two wiggle room to play with in case I have to go back into the box or something and wrap it in bubble wrap or something like that. Right. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing on that. So now what I've got going on that I'm currently listing is some books. I've got these books left over from all of the books that I've had. I'm down to these last few books. So there is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books, because these 2 books, I have 2 of each of these. But I'm putting it all in one bundle, you guys, because I'm really trying to get rid of these books. Books used to be a big seller for me at one time. I used to have a lot of pre-owned books that I would sell. Every now and then I would have a new book that I would sell, but these particular books seem to have been sitting around the longest out of all the ones that I've had. So I'm going to bundle them up, and that's how we're going to do that. So I've already taken the photos, but I have not weighed these yet. So right now I am literally going in, and I've done my title. And I think I do have a category for, yep, I have a category for books. And these are all new. None of them are used. So I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to, for the ISBN, it's a mixed lot, so I'm not going to do that. All right. And I've already taken my photo. So I'm going to switch you guys over so that you can see how I am listing this particular item. Okay, so we're going to list these books. I have 7 books that I'm putting in this mixed lot. And I didn't really know what to put for the title, so I just put 7. You know what? Let's move this. Mixed lot novel books. All new nonfiction and recipes, because one of them is a dog recipe book. So I have my category already set up: books, DVDs, and video games. Everything is new. And let me grab the photos. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to breeze through these really quick and rotate them. Okay, so these are good. And I've weighed these books. They're pretty heavy. They're a little over 7 pounds. So they're going to go medium mail. Let's see, it's in the English language. I'm going to try to fill out as much as the options here. So book title, let's do mixed lot. So I've got my caps on. Okay, author, we'll do mixed lots again because it's some various authors. Book series, none of those. Back. And publication, let's see. We'll pick one. Let me look at one of these. And I got these books from the Dollar Tree, you guys. Let's see, this one was 2016. So let's just go with that date, 2016. Nonfiction, adult books. I don't have a first edition of anything, and we're just going to say United States as the... None of them are signed. Let's keep moving. None of them are vintage. Custom bundle. Yes. Oh, 7 books. Oh, I gotta put the name of the books. Okay, so for this book, we're going to put, see, I didn't do this when I had this listed before, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put the number of pages. There are 255 pages. Okay, the next one is Dog Obsessed. And this is a dog recipe book. With 45 recipes. Okay, and how many pages? This one has 238 pages. Alright, go to our next one, which is Break Free from the Divorce, the Vortex. Oh, I forgot to put who this one was by. It is the Postons. Alright, so this one is by Solely. And there are, this is a self-help book, and there are 281 pages. And I've got 2 of those. Alright, the next one, 100 up. Thousand Worlds by Karen Joy Fowler. Okay. This one was 357 pages. The original price for this book, although I got it at the Dollar Tree, was $16. The Devore textbook is originally, let's see, this one, does it have a price on it? This one doesn't say. The Obsessed book for dogs, this one doesn't say either how much it originally was priced for. And the Losing Everything book, this one was retailed price in the US for $26.99. So you guys can save some money going to your local Dollar Tree and getting your books. All right, so let's move on to our next one, which is okay, and this book has 326 pages, and it retailed here in the US for $25. It's not bad. I forgot the number of pages, 326. Okay. All right, you guys, so I'm just sitting over here kind of prepping for my next wave of listing. So I just finished up the first set of listings that I wanted to do. I went ahead and threw in this wall art. You guys remember seeing these on my bathroom wall. So I went ahead and threw those in. And so now I've got these 2 empty bins because that's what was housing the, like the little stuff like this, the jewelry and all that. This listing is going to remain the same. I just got a little note on here telling myself to remove the price tags before I send them out. So all of those are good. And then what's in the shipping boxes. So I cleaned this bin. This is an empty bin. And now I can put stuff in it. So I just cleaned it out with some antibacterial. And now I am creating my next set of listings. So I'm shifting gears a little bit. I'm getting off of the non-clothing items and moving to the clothing items. And so what I've got going on here is I had to figure out how I was going to bundle everything. How I was going to bundle everything. So I had a mix and match of different listings. Some things are listed as one item. Then there's some that have 2 in the list, 2 items in the listing as like a mixed lot or whatever. But, you know, we're bundling everything today. So I had one listing for school uniform. It had 2 shirts, which are these black shirts. That was one listing, so that was 3 pieces. And when I found this skirt, after cleaning up Olivia's room, I was going to add this in with that listing. I was going to take down the photo, take a new photo with 4 pieces, go in, switch up the wording, quantity, and all that stuff, right? Well, just now, when I was ironing it out to get the wrinkles, I noticed this dot. So I'm not going to take it to the laundromat to get it washed, so that's out. So now, what I ended up doing was making a shirt listing. So I figure I could roll these up to get it into a priority box. And then it's got 1 bathing suit. And then there's 3 of these lucky shirts with the price tag still on them. So there's 3 of those. Then I threw this shirt in here because I've actually sold this shirt before. But it ended up being a return because the size runs small. I did put that in the description, but I guess the person still thought, you know, whatever. So anyways, they ended up sending it back. I had to give a refund. This was months and months ago. It's a size large or a size extra large, but it runs small. I believe this is a size extra large, but it runs small, so it fits like a large. And then these are some other shirts that are currently listed, but I added some more shirts to it. So this is all going to be one listing. It's a mixed lot. This is going to be a mixed lot as well. So when I'm shipping these out, I can actually roll these up to create more space inside the priority box. So there's about 7 or 8 of these. So there's some joggers and some leggings. And then this is a listing. So this is just going to be jeans and then the 1 khaki pants. There's about 4 pairs of jeans, 1 khaki. And then that leaves this stuff. So I've got this Tinkerbell robe. And I don't think I'm going to add this in with the listing. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bundle this robe up with this shirt. I know it sounds crazy, but they're both Disney. Okay, so this is a kid's robe size. Well, honestly, I don't know if it's a kid's robe or not. I thrifted this and it was in the robe section, so it's a size large. Okay, and it's Tinkerbell and it's Disney. This is a vintage Disney shirt that I also thrifted at one time or another. And this is an extra large. It's just a cotton t-shirt. So It's a Disney theme situation going on here. So this is going to be one listing. These two shirts are listed by themselves, but they've been listed forever. When I say forever, I've relisted these two items so many times, okay? This item actually sold, but I forget what happened with that, why it didn't go out. I can't remember what happened. Oh, I know what happened. It was the start of the pandemic or something like that, and I couldn't get it mailed out because the post office was closed. That's what it was. So I had to give a refund and explain to them that the post office was closed, you know, to the public and all that stuff at the time. That's what happened with that. But it still has the tag on it. It's an extra large. $19.50 was the original price. And this is the brand. So this is sleeveless. And it's a V-neck. It's a fleece material. And then I've got this wool sweater. It's 100% wool. And this is by... John Rich and Brothers, Woolrich, and it's a zip up. So I've had this listed forever and a day, and this is a size small. You can't see it on the tag, but trust me, it's a size small. So I'm just going to bundle these up. I know that's kind of off with the size or whatever, but y'all, I'm not stunning that. I figured these will make great gifts for somebody or whatever. Somebody has a sibling they can pass it on to. Okay. So now that leaves these, which I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet. These have their own listing. I'm actually going to set those to the side. Those have their own listings, some Xbox games and a Justin Bieber DVD. This Gucci shoebox is listed, but I need to go and adjust the listing because I left something out as far as the condition of the box. And then that brings us to this bin over here. So there's a jean jacket in here. It still has the tag on it. I got this from Shoe Dazzle. And the size runs small. It's a 1X, but I didn't ship it out in time to exchange it for a 2X. So I just been having it. It's listed. That listing's going to remain the same. This Gucci box right there, I don't have a box for that. So that's going to be the last thing that I list. And these two jackets, one's a size 12 and one is a 10-12. Now, the one that's a 10-12, which is this one, is Cat and Jack brand. And then this one is the Polo Association brand, US Polo Association brand, which their sizes run small. So this actually may fit the person like a size 10. So I'll make sure I put that in the description. But they're getting bundled up to be sold together, as well as these Reebok jackets, which I've had them listed for years. I don't know why they're not selling, but I'll just keep relisting them and relisting them. But one's a medium and one is a 14-16, I think. The orange one is a medium. This one is, yeah, a 14-16 large. So those are getting bundled up. And so that'll be it with that for now. Okay, y'all. So this is how I have the shirts set up. So basically, this is how the photo is going to look. I try to get as close as possible to kind of cut out the edges here. I am doing this kind of bootleg, y'all. So this is my setup. I've got a poster board that's a little wrinkly back there. And I use the natural sunlight from the blinds. I just kind of adjust them accordingly. And I've got another poster board. They're kind of dingy because I've had them forever. So I did have this white pillowcase that I don't use. It's brand new. So I pulled that out as my white, to use as my white background. And then I have it sitting on top of some bins. So it's bootleg, y'all, but we gotta make it work, you know. You gotta use what you got to make it happen. So that's how I have that set up. All right, you guys, so I just finished up another batch of listings. So we're narrowing this thing down. I don't have a lot to go, but I like how it's coming out. So this was the last thing that I've listed, and let me just show you guys the progress. I had everything lined up right here, and I started putting everything in Kroger bags because that's going to tell me to just grab the whole thing. Everything was kind of separated, and so I would go through and try to figure out what was what. But since everything is going to be like a mixed lot, that's how I have it. So each bag has whatever that listing consists of. So we've got one full bin down here. That bin has the first and second wave of clothes that I did, the wall art and the jewelry. And now we're starting to fill this one up. So this one has the hangers, the makeup, the razors, and one bag of clothes. And then here are the jackets. So what I'm doing is, now I've had a lot of these items for a while. When I say a while, I mean like a few years, like these jackets, for example. So they kind of smelled stale when I took them out the bin. So what I'm doing is I'm wiping out the bins, disinfecting them. And then each listing is going into a Kroger bag. If it's clothes, I'm sticking a fabric sheet at the bottom and then putting the clothes on top. That way, while it's sitting in the bin, it'll, remain fresh until it gets sold. So that's what I'm doing with that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop for a minute because it's after 5 o'clock and I need to go ahead and get, it's 5:40 something to be exact. So I need to go ahead and get dinner started. But if I have enough footage, then you guys will not see me again on this vlog. I will see you guys in the next vlog. Make sure you thumbs up the video and subscribe. But if I don't have enough footage, then I'll be back in a little while.